Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of NuStrength Sugar Babes. And on this show, we are all about helping women win at life. So the problem that we see in the fitness industry is that it shackles women. It traps them in their mind. All these quick fix diets, it keeps them on this vicious circle where they're trapped with their thinking, where they can't break free, where they're feel like crap. It affects their menstrual cycle. It keeps them in this cycle of binge eating and restriction, and then binge and restriction. So, our goal is to free them, is basically free their mind, so that they can live the life that they want and be happy and feel good and feel confident again. So today I have Nat. Nat is Nat's actually trained in our gym before, and now she's part of our online program, Win at Life. And there's many things that I like about you, Nat, but you had a very persistent injury, like with your foot. And what I love about you is that a lot of women would walk away and go, well, I can't do deadlifts and I can't do squats. And they would give up. But you were awesome. Like, you continued to come in to train. You asked yourself what you could do rather than what you couldn't do. You were really consistent with your food. And look, you've had your ups and downs, like every female, and no one is perfect. And I think that's part of the process, is allowing yourself to fail, but then learning from it and picking yourself up and focusing on the progression. And I always thought you were really awesome at that. And you're even though you go like this, overall you're progressing. That's one thing I really admire about you. So, and I remember actually when you first came into the gym, and the first week you were like, oh fuck, I don't know about all this sugar kitty, fuck. You were just, like, it was a real, it took you a bit to shift your focus. But talk to the viewers about what it was like before the program. So, what you'd done previously, and, talk about how you felt trapped and like, what was it like for you?
So before I started at NuStrength, I had done every fad diet. What was, in at the time, I was like, oh yeah, that's my next fix. That is going to get me to where I want to be quickly, and I am going to look so good. But even, my weight definitely crept up when I had my baby. But prior to that, knowing what I do now from all these fad diets, it was a skinny fat. I just depleted all my muscle. In the mirror, I looked good and I was happy with what I saw, but I wasn't strong. I was just skin and bone with a bit of fat in there.
And how did these diets make you feel? Like,
I remember probably the most recent one that I did before I started at NuStrength was the shakes.
God. I remember them.
Yeah, the shakes, and oh geez, it was tough for the first week because of just absolute deprivation of any food, any fats, anything my body needed. Yeah. And my body adjusted after the first week, and the fat and muscle was coming off. Yeah. To make me feel better and look better, as in feel better about what I saw in the mirror. But it's not sustainable. I can't remember at that point in my life what a good sleep was. And, it is somewhat tough now that I do have a 2-year-old. I still, although it's improved dramatically, I still get woken up. Yeah. But I remember I used to get up at least 3 times a night to go to the toilet. I would drink water like I was in the desert. And it would always fill my stomach up because I was starving, and I'd have a green tea because I thought the green was healthy and all that stuff. Knowing what I do now was just sabotaging me and working against me.
Yeah. And I guess talk to the viewers about, since you've started with us and you've been in the program, like, how has it freed you? Like, has it freed you from, because I feel like if someone's watching this, that all these other diets out there, you're going to fail. Like, you're going to continue to trap yourself, right? Like, would you agree with that?
I tried everything, and it was just a weird coincidence that I even come across NuStrength on Facebook. And I thought, it sounds like what I'm looking for. I wonder. And I tried it, and that got me started on my journey. And I mean, that was a long time ago, and it's because of the ups and downs that I've had and some injuries and mindset issues that I haven't kicked the goals I want to have. Like, I haven't done what I need to do, but I'm still so motivated to get there, and I still absolutely can vouch for the process if you're consistent and do the hard work, basically, because no one's going to give it to you. You're not going to get it sitting on your ass, eating cake in front of the television.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get it for yourself. And I kicked myself up the ass because, I could have, but I didn't. But that's my own beef.
But you know what? Like, I think that's, if you're listening to this, it's like, and that's something we try and teach you guys, is that you have to expect to fail, because you will. But it's your ability to pick yourself back up and continue on and progress, because you're not going to have every single month perfect. You're actually never going to have a perfect month. But overall, if you persist and you continue on, you can free yourself and you can get there. And, like, talk about some of the good things that you've seen since, changing your eating and adopting the standards and the training. Like, what have you noticed?
Oh, my sleep's better. I don't generally get up during the night to go to the toilet. I'll only really get up if I get woken up by my son. So it's not that I wake by choice to go to the toilet anymore. And that's great, because that just used to drive me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the things that I just, I was always of the opinion, more water the better. You got to hydrate your body, but you've got to do it the right way, not with a tank of water.
If you're hungry, you need food. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, whereas I would just use water to be the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So that I didn't have to eat something, and I'd just starve myself until I thought I could eat. And then the vicious cycle just continues.
And if you, sometimes I'll just joke with clients about, like, can you ever imagine going back to how it was?
No, I couldn't. I have to be honest and say there's been a few occasions where I've gone, you know what, I should just go back to the way that I used to do it, because it'll get me that fix I want. Yeah. But then I'm going to go back to the NuStrength way, because that's the right way. But then I realize it's not a quick fix, and going back to that way is just going to do more harm than good. So I just need to persevere and do the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true, because everyone wants instant gratification, I think. And it just sets you up for failure every time, and you continue to be stuck, and you continue to be trapped in your head, trapped with food. And if you saw, like, there's the you now and there's you 2 years ago, like before you joined NuStrength, what advice would you give to yourself if you could look back and talk to your former self? What would you say?
I would just shake me and go, starvation is not the answer. It is ruining you. Yeah. You deserve more than this. And how about you just eat and train and get to where you want from your hard work, instead of looking for that next quick fix that's going to do nothing for you.
Oh, totally.
I'd give myself the biggest bitch slap and kick up the ass. Oh,
I love it. And what, Nat, like, some of the objections that we get from women, and I think, you being obviously a woman and you're a mum, is a lot of mums feel like that they're not worth investing in themselves, and they're like, oh, it's just too expensive. Like, I don't want to invest in myself. And, you I think have even taken that extra step, and you're now working with Next Level. So you've invested even more in yourself. What would you say to women who are stuck and they're like, it's too expensive, what would you say to them?
Work out what you spend your money on and work out what it is you want. Do you want to feel better? Do you want to look better? And if you do, and it's going to take a bit of work, so you have to be willing to do that. But if you do, you need to invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, nobody else will invest in you. And you need to be there for your kids and to be strong and healthy, and just look after yourself first, and good things will happen.
Yeah. And what about, a lot of women, they're really pressed for time and they think, oh, I'm just too busy to do this. What would you say to that?
If you do what you're meant to be doing, you will have more time. I know that I struggled a lot with prepping meals. I just thought, oh, no, I'm just going to do it night by night, day by day. And my God, the work it creates, and it doesn't give you any quality of life. If you get a slow cooker and you do a big cook up, you will have meals for the week. You'll have more time if you do what you should be doing. If you don't, then you're just making it harder for yourself. And I know, because I did that for many months. And if I could go back now and say something to myself, again, it would be a big bitch slap. Say, wake up, do what you should be doing.
I love it. Just do the basics, day in, day out. Because it really is those small things and the small changes. And I think, like having the community there for support. So thank you so much, Nat. You're so funny. I always like talking to you, and like it's really good. You've persevered. You've had your ups and downs, but you're still here and you're still chipping away. Because I think,
get there.
Of course you are, and you are. You're further ahead now than you were 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Like you are getting there. It's just gradual progress. So if you're a woman and you're listening to this, and you're stuck. And you feel trapped by these diets that the fitness industry has placed on you, and you want to break free and you want to have that freedom again, and you want to love yourself and love your body and live a life that you want to live. Click on the link below and put in an application to work with us, and you'll get to be in a program with awesome women like Nat, who are going through the same thing as you. So thank you so much, Nat.
Thank you.
To come on the show, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Kitty.
Bye.
Bye.